Hello everybody, welcome to the AKS Weekly Fact Bus. Today we'll be dealing with the weekly current affairs from July 22nd to 28th. So let's start with it. Former Delhi Chief Minister Sheila Dikshit was cremated with state honours. Sheila Dikshit, the three-time Chief Minister of Delhi, who is credited with the all-round development of the national capital, was cremated with full state honours on July 21st. She passed away due to a cardiac arrest, and as per her wish, she was laid to rest using the CNG method at the national capital's oldest cremation ground, Nigambodh Ghat. Sheila Dikshit was one of the longest serving Chief Ministers of Delhi, as well as the longest serving female Chief Minister of any Indian state, serving for a period of 15 years from 1998 to 2013. She steered her party to victory for three consecutive terms in 1998, 2003 and 2008. She ushered in an era of all-round development that transformed Delhi into a world-class capital. PV Sindhu wins her first silver medal of the year at Indonesia Open. World number 5 PV Sindhu won her first silver medal of the year after finishing second at the Indonesian Open 2019. Indonesian Open is the 14th tournament of 2019 BWF World Tour and also part of the Indonesia Open Championships, which had been held since 1982. This tournament is organized by Badminton Association of Indonesia and sanctioned by the BWF. Union Minister Piyush Goyal to launch the Global Innovation Index. Union Minister for Commerce and Industry Piyush Goyal has launched the Global Innovation Index on July 24th. The theme of the event is evaluating the medical innovation scenario of the next decade. They will launch in the presence of the World Intellectual Property Organization WIPO, Director General Francis Gurry. It shows the innovation rankings of economies and findings for this corresponding fiscal year. The GII measures are based on the innovation friendliness environment of global economies. There are around 80 entries in the index. The main aim is to highlight the role and dynamics of medical innovation to implement the future of healthcare and potential impact on the economic growth. The GII started to assess the innovation capabilities of national economies worldwide, and it will facilitate innovation as was done by INSEAD and World Business in 2007. It is a source of insight into the multi-dimensional facets of innovation-driven growth. GII provides 80 detailed metrics for 129 economies. It evolved into a valuable benchmarking tool that can facilitate private-public dialogue and where policymakers and business leaders can evaluate innovation progress on an annual basis. Each year, the GII presents a thematic component that tracks global innovation. They analyze the medical innovation landscape and also monitor the technological and non-technological medical innovation. They explore the dynamics of medical innovation as it shapes the future of healthcare on economic growth. The Chinese National Space Administration (CNSA) destroyed Tiangong-2, the China's 9-ton experimental space station. It is destroyed through a controlled re-entry to Earth, during which it burned up. Despite CNSA's plan to burn it in the atmosphere, a small amount of debris fell into a designated South Pacific Ocean security area. Tiangong 2 was China's second experimental station. It was planted into the orbit in 2016. The mission was aimed at testing China's orbital technologies, and it had completed all of its experiments. The Tiangong 2 is similar to the International Space Station, except the ISS was a collaboration of 5 countries, whereas Tiangong 2 is exclusively belongs to China. It was planned for a 2-year operational life, which was extended by more than a year. Only one set of astronauts were hosted at the station, but several robotic missions were made. Tiangong 2 has orbited the Earth 16,209 times. And spent more than 1,000 days in space. Lok Sabha passed the Protection of Human Rights Amendment Bill. Lok Sabha, the lower house, passed the Protection of Human Rights Amendment Bill on 19 July. It amends the Protection of Human Rights Act 1993. The main amendments of the bill is aimed to speed up the process of appointment of the chairperson and the members of the National Human Rights Commission. The bill amends that besides the Chief Justice of India, even a judge of the Supreme Court can be the chairperson of the NHRC. Earlier, the Human Rights Act said that only a person who had been the Chief Justice of India can be made the NHRC chairperson. At the state level, the bill amends to enable any person who had been a judge of High Court to be the chairperson of State Human Rights Commission. The bill appoints the members of the NHRC that constitutes the chairman for the National Commission of Backward Classes, a National Commission for the Protection of Child Rights, and the Chief Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities. The bill also approves that the chairpersons of the NHRC and SHRC can be reappointed. The main benefits of the bill is that it brings representation to every section of the society. The amendment ensures transparency in the appointment of the chairman and the members of the commission, and it will also help fill all the vacancies. The Lok Sabha amended the Right to Information Amendment Bill 2019 on 22nd July. It amends the RTI Act, which aims at institutionalization, streamlining, and ease of delivery of services. The main aim of the bill is to give power to the centre to set the serving period and salaries of the Chief Information Commissioner and the other information commissioners. The centre can also specify the stature of information commissioners as equivalent of election commissioners, with their salaries and service conditions. The bill also gives rights to the centre to reduce an equal amount to the pension of the mentioned officials. Boris Johnson is elected as the Prime Minister of UK. He is the leader of Britain's governing Conservative Party. He is declared as the country's next Prime Minister. He'll formally take over as Prime Minister from Theresa May. Theresa May was the Home Secretary from 2010 to 2016 and the leader of Conservative Party from 2016 until 2019. Boris Johnson is a British politician and the leader of Conservative Party since 23rd July 2019. He is selected as the Member of Parliament for Uxbridge and South Rulip since 2015. He is the Member of Parliament for Henley from 2001 to 2008. The World Bank to continue the support to Andhra Pradesh with over $1 billion program. World Bank dropped the loan proposal for Andhra Pradesh capital Amravati but continues to support Andhra Pradesh with over $1 billion program. It mainly covers the health, agriculture, energy and disaster management sectors. The aim is to improve the living standards of citizens in tune with the Sustainable Development Goals. It includes a new $328 million for the health sector, the World Bank recently dropped a $300 million proposal for the Amravati Sustainable Infrastructure and Institutional Development Project. The Government of India withdrew its request to the World Bank for financing the proposed Amravati project. The World Bank's Board of Executive Directors informed that the proposed project is no longer under preparation following the government's decision. The Andhra Pradesh government is seeking the World Bank assistance for funding the flagship Navaratnalu program. Acharya Devavrat is sworn in as the new governor of Gujarat. Devavrat 60 is sworn in as the new governor of Gujarat on 22nd July. Gujarat High Court's acting Chief Justice Anant Dave administered the oath of office at the Raj Bhavan. Devavrat is the 20th governor of Gujarat and has replaced the O.P. Kohli. Acharya Devavrat promotes education for girls and he was associated with the Arya Samaj, where he earlier served as the principal of Gurukul, the traditional school. He has over 30 years of experience in academics and administration in various capacities. He works towards spreading the Indian culture and Vedic values across the world. The Ministry of Home Affairs launched a new lightweight bulletproof jacket called Bhabha Kavach, which was especially designed for the paramilitary forces and the Indian Armed Forces. It was launched at the International Police Expo 2019 held at Pragati Maidan in New Delhi. Bhabha Kavach is a lightweight bulletproof jacket indigenously developed by the Ordnance Factory Board plus Mishradhatu Nigam Limited, also called Midani. The Bhabha Atomic Research Center's carbon nanomaterial was sprayed on the hard armor plate. It provides the toughness and tenacity that is needed to slow down and trap a bullet as it passes through the plate. It had been built from layers of high density, high tenacity polyethylene. It has a warranty of 5 years with a protection level of NIJ 3+. NIJ refers to the National Institute of Justice Ballistic Levels Protection Level 3. The Bhabha Kavach jacket can withstand a 7.62 mm hard steel core bullets fired from AK-47 rifle and the 5.56 mm INSAS bullet. It can even withstand a recently launched 7.65 mm bullet of self-loading rifle. It has 4 hard armor plates that offer 360-degree protection to wearer from the front, back and either side. The jacket weighs 9.2 kg, which was half a kilogram lesser than the prescribed weight of Ministry of Home Affairs. The weight makes the jacket a great piece of equipment for the Indian Defence Forces and the paramilitary forces operating in Naxalite areas. The 13th edition of the Global Healthcare Summit was recently organized in Hyderabad and was inaugurated by Sri Venkaiah Naidu. The function is organized by the American Association of Physicians of Indian Origin AAPI and the Global Association of Physicians of Indian Origin GAPIO. The lighting of the traditional lamp and the keynote address was delivered at the Taj Krishna Hotel in Hyderabad. During the summit, a medical quiz competition for medical students will be conducted and the winners will be given the prizes of 5 lakh, 3 lakh and 1 lakh rupees for first, second and third prizes respectively. The AAPI is headquartered at Chicago. The Healthcare Summit is mainly based on innovation and technology. It aims to bring together experts from healthcare, technology, government, academics and industry to discuss, brainstorm and share the advancements and opportunities in the modern healthcare. The theme for the 13th Healthcare Summit is Opportunities in Modern Healthcare for Young Minds and Businesses. The event is powered by Infocus RX and marketed by Zebra Cross. The main objective is to empower young minds with right skills, knowledge and attitude to bring the culture of innovation and build a usable solution in the space of health and wellness. The Indian Space Research Organization ISRO has successfully launched the Chandrayaan-2 mission from Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota. The Chandrayaan-2 was successfully launched into an elliptical Earth orbit on 22nd July. The spacecraft was carried by the Geosynchronous Satellite Launch Vehicle GSLV Mk3. M1. It was India's most challenging and ambitious mission. It is expected that the spacecraft will try to land a rover near the south pole of the moon on 7th September 2019 in 48 days. If the spacecraft lands softly on the moon, India will be the 4th country to successfully carry out such mission after the US, Russia and China. The Chandrayaan-2 spacecraft weighs around 3.8 tons and the total estimated cost for the mission was 978 crore. The space segment of Chandrayaan-2 includes an orbiter, a lander named Vikram, and a rover named Pragyan. The orbiter is expected to separate Vikram, the lander, on 7 September. After making a successful touchdown on the lunar surface, it will begin its quest for water. For the first time ever, an Indian space mission is being led by women scientists. Muttaya Vanitha is a project director who has led this mission from the start. ISRO's GSLV Mk3 is a 3-stage launch vehicle which consists of 2 solid strap-ons, a core liquid booster and a cryogenic upper stage engine. The vehicle was designed to carry 4-ton class of satellites into the geosynchronous transfer orbit, or about 10 tons to low Earth orbit. The Ministry of Defence inaugurated the Uj Bridge and the Basantar Bridge in Kathua and Samba sectors of Jammu and Kashmir respectively. The bridges were constructed by the Border Roads Organization and inaugurated by the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh. The bridges have been built under the Project Sampark. The aim of the project is for the smooth mobility of the security forces in border areas. The construction of the bridges is vital for the army for deployment. Uj Bridge is located in the Kathua district of Jammu and Kashmir, which has a length of 1000 meters and is the longest bridge constructed by the Border Roads Organization. The cost spent for the construction of this bridge was 50 crores and has been built on Parol Korepannu Rajpura Road over Uj River. The Basantar Bridge is located in Samba district of Jammu and Kashmir. It has a length of 617 meters. The cost of Basantar Bridge was 41.7 crore and was built on Rajpura Madhwal Pangadur Fulpur Road over Basantar River. The Border Roads Organization was established in May 1960 and headquartered in New Delhi. It functions under the Ministry of Defence and aims to meet the strategic needs of the armed forces. It develops and maintains the operational road infrastructure of general staff in the border areas. It also contributes to the social and economic development of the border states. Dejan Papik, appointed as India's table tennis coach, who will join in August. The Table Tennis Federation of India has appointed the Canadian Dejan Papich as the head coach of the Indian table tennis team. He signed a 1-year contract and will be in charge through the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. The Table Tennis Federation of India is the governing body for table tennis in India. It was established in 1926 and it is a founding member of the International Table Tennis Federation. It includes 32 state units and 37 institutions. The National Broadcasting Day was observed on 23rd July. The first ever radio broadcast in the country went on air from the Bombay station on 23rd July 1927. It was then under the private company Indian Broadcasting Company. Radio broadcasting began in the year 1923 under the Radio Club of Bombay initiative. All India Radio is officially known as the Akashvani. Since 1956, it is a division of Prasar Bharati, which was established in 1930. Prasar Bharati is India's largest public broadcasting agency. It is a statutory autonomous body set up by an Act of Parliament and comprises of the Doordarshan television network, which was earlier media units of the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. Jatan software for digitization of archaeological museums. Jatan is a special software developed for the purpose of digitization of archaeological museums. The National Portal and Digital Repository for Indian Museums is developed and hosted by the Human Centers Design and Computing Group (CDAC) in Pune as per the agreement with Ministry of Culture, Government of India. Jatan is used for creating digital collections in various museums and digital archival tools that are used in the background for managing the National Portal and Digital Repository for Indian Museums. The portal works through the website wherein all digitized data on museums have been uploaded for online viewing. Currently, there are 48 archaeological site museums under the Archaeological Survey of India. Out of this, 2 archaeological site museums, namely Vella Goa and Nagarjunakonda, have been digitized during the first phase through Jatan, and the data has been uploaded in public domain through National Portal and Digital Repository for Indian Museums. Digitization in rest of the 46 archaeological museums is being done in a phase-wise manner. NASA prepares to send first woman and the next man on moon in 2024. NASA marked the 50th anniversary of the historic first moon landing in 2019. The US Space Agency is preparing to take its next giant leap with the ambitious Artemis program, named after the twin sister of Apollo. Artemis is the goddess of moon and the hunt. The program to return astronauts to the lunar surface is planned to launch by 2024. NASA plans to explore regions of the moon and test technology that will extend the bounds of humanity farther into the solar system. On the lunar surface, water, ice, and other natural resources will further enable deep space travel. NASA is an independent agency of the United States federal government responsible for the civilian space program as well as aeronautics and aerospace research. NASA was established in 1958 with headquarters at Washington, United States. Its founder is Dwight D. Eisenhower, who was a former president of the United States. Shiva Thapa becomes India's first gold medalist in Kazakhstan President's Cup. 4-time Asian medalist Shiva Thapa became India's first gold medalist at the President's Cup boxing tournament in the finals in Astana, Kazakhstan. He contested in the newly introduced Olympic category of 63 kgs. Thapa defeated Kazakhstan's Zakir Safiullin in the summit class. The silver medal won by women boxer Parveen in 60 kgs category got defeated by Rima Volosenko. Sweety Bura in the 81 kg category and Duryodhan Singh Negi in the 69 kg category ended their campaign with bronze medals. Nigeria is set to host the 2020 FIFA Women's Under-20 World Cup. India and South Korea also presented their bids for the 2020 Under-20 Women's World Cup. But India was named as the 2020 Under-17 Women's World Cup's host. The last FIFA event held in Nigeria was the 2009 FIFA Under-17 World Cup, which was won by Switzerland. The Under-20 Women's World Cup is an international association football tournament. It is organized by the FIFA for national teams of women under the age of 20. The tournament is held in even-numbered years and was first conducted in 2002 in Canada. France hosted the 2018 Under-20 Women's World Cup, where Japan emerged as the champion. Andhra Pradesh becomes the first state to reserve 75% private jobs for local youth. The Andhra Pradesh Assembly passed the Andhra Pradesh Employment of Local Candidates in Industries or Factories Act 2019. It reserves 75% private jobs across all categories in industrial units, factories, joint ventures, as well as the projects that are in public-private partnership mode. The new law states that if a company does not find the necessary skills in locals, then it will need to train them in association with state government. Almost no company will be able to hide behind the excuse of not finding skilled local laborers. Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy agreed to provide quota in local jobs during his Padayatra in the state. The government also announced 1.33 lakh village volunteer jobs for unemployed youth in the state. Several states have put forth the idea of reserving jobs for locals, including the Madhya Pradesh, which plan to reserve 70% jobs for locals. Kalraj Mishra takes oath as the Governor of Himachal Pradesh on July 23rd. He was a former Union Minister and was appointed as the new Governor of Himachal Pradesh in Shimla. He replaced Acharya Devvrat, who had been shifted to Gujarat. Kalraj Mishra is an Indian politician, also the former Cabinet Minister of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises in the BJP-led NDA government of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Virat Kohli maintains number one spot in ICC Test rankings. The Indian Cricket Council released the latest rankings of teams and players in the different categories. The players are: in the men's team, India topped the Test team rankings while England topped the ODI team rankings. Pakistan was the first rank in the T20 international team rankings. In the men's batting category, Virat Kohli topped the Test batting as well as the ODI batting rankings. Babar Azam of Pakistan topped the T20 international batting rankings. In the bowling category, Pat Cummins of Australia topped the Test bowling rankings, while Jasprit Bumrah of India topped the ODI bowling rankings. Rashid Khan of Afghanistan is the highest ranked T20 international bowler. Rajya Sabha passed the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Amendment Bill 2019 on 24th July. The bill will now be sent for Lok Sabha for its approval. It was presented by the Minister for Women and Child Development, Smriti Irani. The bill provides death penalty to the culprits for aggravated sexual assault on children. It also proposes stricter punishments for other crimes that are committed against children. The bill also aims to check the increasing cases of child sexual abuse. The Act imposes fines and imprisonment to restrain child pornography. A new India-UK bilateral scheme was launched on a pilot basis. The UK EIRI Mobility Programme launched the pilot scheme to support Britain's universities to collaborate with Indian partners to facilitate the United Kingdom students to visit India during their studies. UK EIRI stands for UK India Education Research Initiative. It is an initiative of the Universities UK International and British Council of India. The objective is to fund students from UK to visit India. The aim is to generate up to 200 opportunities for undergraduate students at UK universities to visit India by March 2021. The Study in India program will support national as well as institutional level objectives to increase levels of outward student mobility from the UK to 13% by 2020. The target is set out in UUKI's Go International Standout campaign. NPCI ties up with JCB for Global Rupay Card. The National Payments Corporation of India and JCB International, along with domestic banks, launched the Rupay-JCB Global Cards. The banks including State Bank of India, Punjab National Bank, Axis Bank, Union Bank of India, Central Bank of India, Andhra Bank, City Union Bank and TJSB Bank issue these cards. They will be accepted in India at all POS terminals and ATMs. NPCI tied up with Discover for international cards. They started the card business in 1961 and became global in 1981. NPCI is an organization for operating retail payments and settlement systems in India. It was set up with the guidance and support of the RBI and the International Banks Association. It has its headquarters in Mumbai and founded in 2008. Lok Sabha passed the 2009 Muslim Women Protection of Rights on Marriage Bill. The bill was introduced by the Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad and is aimed for the justice, respect and dignity of the women. The bill criminalizes instant triple talaq among Muslims. It also approves a jail term of 3 years for the husband. The bill will replace the ordinance passed by the previous government in February. It should be noted that around 20 Muslim countries in the world, including Pakistan and Malaysia, have banned the triple talaq. The Companies Amendment Bill 2019 was introduced in the Lok Sabha on 25th July by the Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. The Companies Amendment Ordinance 2019 was promulgated on January 12, 2019 and amended many provisions in the Companies Act 2013 that relate to penalties among others. The ordinance was meant to repeal and replace the Companies Amendment Ordinance 2018, which was promulgated on November 2nd, 2018. Under this ordinance, 16 of the offences that are punishable with fine or imprisonment has been categorized as it empowers the adjudicating officers who are appointed by the central government to levy penalties instead. The ordinance prohibits a company from issuing shares at a discount except in certain cases. It also says that a company cannot commence business unless it files a declaration within 180 days of incorporation or files a verification of its registered office within 30 days of incorporation. The companies must register charges such as mortgages on its property within 30 days of creation of charge. Prime Minister Narendra Modi releases a book on former PM Chandrasekhar. The book is titled as Chandrasekhar, the Last Icon of Ideological Politics. It has been written by Shri Harivansh, Deputy Chairman of Rajya Sabha, and Shri Ravidat Bajpai. The Prime Minister appreciated the clarity of thought, commitment to people, and dedication to democratic principles by Chandrasekhar ji. He asserted that a museum for all former Prime Ministers will be established in Delhi. Priti Patel has been appointed as Britain's first Indian origin Home Secretary. Priti Patel has been appointed as the first Indian origin Home Secretary, which is part of Prime Minister Boris Johnson's top team. She will replace Pakistani origin Sajid Javid, who had been transferred to the Treasury Department as the first ethnic minority Chancellor of the Exchequer. Patel was a prominent member of the Conservative Party leadership. She was a member of the Back Boris campaign. Since 24 July 2019, she has been Secretary of State for the Home Department, also a Member of Parliament for Witham in Essex since 2010. She was previously International Development Secretary from 2016 to 2017. Patel has also served as Junior Treasury Minister. She has released a report on the British economy, arguing for lower taxes and for a new Bank of England mandate more focused on asset price inflation and financial imbalances. India's first dragon blood oozing tree was discovered in Assam's West Karbi Anglong district. It is also known as Dracaena cambodia in scientific nomenclature. It is a plant that yields a bright red resin, also known as dragon's blood, used in ancient times as medicine, body oil, varnish, incense, and dye. The sap turns bright red after coming out in contact with air. This is for the first time that a dragon tree species was reported from India. In India, the Dracaena genus, belonging to the family Asparaceae, is represented by 9 species and 2 varieties in the Himalayan region, the Northeast, and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Dracaena cambodiana is the only true dragon tree species. It is an important medical plant as well as an ornamental tree. It is a major source of dragon's blood, a precious traditional medicine in China. Several antifungal and antibacterial compounds, antioxidants, flavonoids can be extracted from various parts of the plant. The species is already listed in the inventory of rare and endangered plants of China. The recent overexploitation to meet the increasing demand for dragon's blood resulted in rapid depletion of the plant. Home Minister Amit Shah to head panel on workplace sexual harassment. Union Home Minister Amit Shah chaired a panel of 4 cabinet ministers as he examined the ways to prevent workplace sexual harassment. The activists criticized the official response to the Me Too movement, which called out former Junior Foreign Minister M.J. Akbar and Chief Justice of India Ranjan Gogoi among dozens of high-profile men accused of sexual misconduct. The new panel includes Women and Child Development Minister Smriti Irani and Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. The group of ministers was set up on July 18th. The previous panel lapsed ahead of the formation of the new government. The public recommendations set up after the Me Too online campaign to out alleged sexual harassments were neglected. The Me Too movement began in the US entertainment industry and it took off in India in late 2018. The movement went quiet in India after some of the accused fought back with defamation suits. There has been negative publicity and hardly any cases have been filed. The Congress lawmaker Susmita Dev called the government's decision a knee-jerk reaction to criticism of its failure to make public the findings of the earlier panel. The 11th Deaf Expo India 2020 is to be held in Lucknow. Uttar Pradesh's capital Lucknow will hold the 11th Deaf Expo in 2020 for the first time ever. The main theme of the Deaf Expo India 2020 will be India, the emerging defense manufacturing hub, and focus will be on the digital transformation of defense. Senior diplomat Sanjeev Kumar Singla has been appointed as the next Indian ambassador to Israel. India's G. Satyan and Archana Kamath won the mixed doubles gold at the 21st Commonwealth Table Tennis Championships.